Hello, everyone. It's instrumental time. I'm so excited. I've been really looking forward to this. I forget who suggested it, but maybe it was a bunch of you that suggested it. So if it was you, thank you. I'm working on a little pinned post so that you know what's going on today. Similar format to the usual live stream. Only difference is instrumental only songs. I do think that if there's some vocal layers, it's okay. For example, like Nine Inch Nails' "The Frail," right? There's like, to me, it's not like a song, you know. So that's okay. Um, and 8 minutes is the maximum time allowed, though I still have the option of fading things out if we get to that point, and it's the best thing to do for the stream. Um, any year, any genre. No artist repeats, so keep an eye on that. If for some reason we end up with two super chats or more of the same artist, I'll do a poll so that you can pick one. Okay. Let's see. Anything else? Well, here's this. If I decide to modify it, I will. But before we begin, I just have to say something. Last night I'm starting to get invited to shows. It's really amazing. I never thought this would be my life, but it's cool. Too bad I'm too old to like enjoy going to shows like every week. But I got to see 10 Years, which is an amazing, I guess they're called progressive metal. I don't think of them as metal, but whatever. They're heavily inspired by Perfect Circle. They admit it. And you can hear it. And I love them so much. And I've loved them for almost 20 years now. And they are on tour right now, a 20th anniversary of their debut album. And it had a big hit on it, which you probably have heard, called Wasteland. And I just wanted to tell people that it's an amazing show and that you should go. They have 9 more dates. They're going to be playing for just a couple more weeks or maybe one more week. It can't be. If there's 9 dates, it's got to be a couple weeks. But they're heading east now. So it's that song that goes, distance. That's a different song. Sorry, shit. Their big hit was called Wasteland. Oh, change my attempt. Good. I should just play it. But this is an instrumental stream, so I can't. It's such a good song. You've heard it. But they're so cool. And I got this. I didn't know you could print on drum heads, and then they signed it. Isn't that cool? And I got to talk to them about their music for like literally 2 hours. It was so cool. Anyway, I'm just buzzing, and I'm actually going to play I think it's like a 1, possibly 2-minute instrumental interlude that's on this album for my little contribution to today. So, yeah. Okay. First 30 minutes is general chat requests, and the last 90 will be for super chats. Yeah, I forgot that part. Oh, so good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yelster is struggling with the definition of an instrumental. Did I answer your question from earlier? For example, another example of what I would call an instrumental is Lost in Kyoto by Air. There's a vocal that goes, dee, dee, dee. That's it. That's still an instrumental. There's no lyrics. There's no melody sung by someone. It's an instrumental. Yeah. I think even if there's a song where it has like a very brief moment of a vocal, but most of it's instrumental, I would still say that kind of counts. At least for this. So yeah. Okay. Yelster, did you figure out what you wanted to request? Well, it sounds like you're thinking about it. Okay, well, that's different. Thinking about a request is different than making a request, so I don't want to presume. Looking for a request. Hi, little girl. Milo is wanting a lot of attention today. Well, I was gone a lot yesterday. Tomorrow. I am tired. But what else is new? Okay, I'm still looking for a request in the general chat, so just sorry. Thanks for your patience. Here's one. Flying in a Blue Dream by Joe Satriani. All right. Yes, baby. I know. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, I can't see. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Trying to I see a bunch of live ones, but okay, I think I found it. This better not have rototoms. Lydian. just realized that this is an entire album. Am I even playing the right track? um, okay. Well, it's too late now, but I couldn't find anything on YouTube that wasn't him just playing this song live. So I thought I had finally found the studio recording, which I have, but I also found all the other recordings on the album. So is it? It is? Okay, good. Ooh, that's pretty. Those layers at the end, that's my favorite part. That's so beautiful. Like clouds passing by, but long stratus clouds, which don't really pass. They just sit there. But I don't know. It's kind of psychedelic. It's not a real thing, what I'm envisioning. Beautiful. Yeah, that was, so if you want to know what Lydian sounds like, it's that. He would just go to like Lydian, and then he'd move over here and do Lydian, and then he'd move over here and do Lydian. It's scale. So he's like, and then he would do it down here, and then here. So that's, yeah. Clearly he knew what he was doing. He knew he was Lydianing it up. Today I am enjoying a stevia sweetened cream soda. Not my usual kombucha, but so yummy. Really sweet though. Okay. Great. Yeah, very 80s. that just never, just solid as a rock, literally. And then that rhythm guitar, and the bass probably also doing dum 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 dum. Indeed. Lydian. Okay, we had a request for Meeting in the Aisle by a little band you might not have heard of, Radiohead. Oh yeah, this one. So this one is you can listen to it on the OK Computer, OK Not OK release. It's so interesting. I mean, it still sounds like Radiohead, but that beat is a bit of a departure, and the swoopy strings feel very Johnny Greenwood. So that brings us back. The chords are also pretty weird. There's a lot of strange chromatic moves, a lot of parallel fifths and stuff, and the sound of switching from like a major key to a minor key over and over again kind of vibe. At first it feels very floaty, and then it kind of darkens up a bit, like this. Okay, it's in B. There. Doesn't that almost sound like Boards of Canada? Like something that's where maybe. That's the moment it feels a little minor. Oh, okay, so it's just going down by parallel fourths. Cool. But maybe it's because there's a delay or a reverb or something that makes there be a little bit of overlap between some of those switches, and it just feels a little chromatic and weird. That's cool. And the basses are like doom, 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 doom. It's kind of funky. Weird little song, but I enjoy this one. That's a good request. And such a deep, deep, deep cut. Off-putting BOC. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kind of nostalgic in a weird way. That guitar tone was almost like that kind of clean 50s kind of style. 50s style. I know that's not a style, but you know. Is it pentatonic? No. It's not a scale. It's just parallel fourths going down by steps. Which steps? Just the ones that felt nice to them. But yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's now we've listened to this one on a live stream before, but I think it is a really good one. So we're going to listen to it again. Club to Death 2 by Rob Dugan. Club to Death 2. Wait. There's a Club to Death 1 and a Club to Death 2? Is this the Club to Death that I know? Okay, I don't know. Let's see what it is. This is a sample of a classical piece. I can't think of the name, but I know it. And then okay, he doesn't do it though. Okay, yeah, this is totally different than what I thought it was. Cool. The other one was in the Matrix. Who knows what this classical piece is called? Anybody? Prelude in E minor by Chopin. It's just another piece of music at this point, which I think might be this. Let's see. Someone suggested Chopin Prelude in E minor. Let's see if it's that. It's like only tutorials. I just want to see someone perform it. Is it this? Oops, it's muted. Yeah, it is. Good. Whoever suggested that, you're so right. It's mastered really quiet. I'm gonna turn it up. Oh my god, it's like too quiet. The room noise is louder than she is. Okay, that's just frustrating. I'm sure it's an incredible rendition, but I just can't hear it over the room noise. But yes, so that's the song. So obviously he didn't sample someone else's performance. He recreated it, with synth strings and his, probably his digital piano or whatever, and then put this sick beat to it. That was great. It does have a similar vibe to Club to Death, but I'd be curious what the story is behind the two of those pieces being connected, why one is Club to Death Part 1 and why the other one is Part 2. But yeah, sick beats. Nice. Okay. All right, let's do. Someone requested some jazz. Let's do it. So What? John Coltrane. I'm not going to play this entire thing, but. Oh, that unison is so nice. I guess they're in octaves, but. Feels very Dorian. I wonder if this is considered modal jazz. What a cool flow. myself for just a moment. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let it play. See, instead of the long, short, now it's just short, short. Here comes the piano. That is so. All right. I think a lot of us have probably heard that, right? I didn't know what it was called, but I have heard this before. It's the iconic dun dun. It's that little hook. Yeah. It's modal jazz. It's Dorian. It just moves around. Dorian's so chilled out in this context. It's such a chameleon scale, but always good, never bad. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's jazz. It's good jazz. I don't listen to much jazz, so I guess I can't really say if it's even good jazz. It just seems good to me. I like it. It's chill, man. It's wearing sunglasses. And apparently smoking. No constraints on style or genre as long as it's an instrumental. Okay. All right. We are out of time for the general chat's requests. Sorry. We switch now to Super Chat. And okay, to bridge the gap, Pat Metheny, First Circle. Let's see if I can find the studio recording. Here we go. Oh, it's muted. Oh, lordy. That sounds like clapping music. Symbol is really it's such a wave-like. That's a very Pat Metheny move. It almost sounds just like The Search. If you want to hear more Pat Metheny, check out the video or live stream replay my mom and I did called the Soundtrack of My Life, episode 1. So many phases. It is. Oh. Who's the pianist? Let's see. Lionel Mays? Ooh, that's great. Toms with like a lot of reverb on them. Maybe really like loosely tuned. Hands have to fade it out this climax, but dang. All right. I think we've, I'm glad we got some like jazzy requests, honestly, because sure, of course there's jazz with vocals, but I think we'd be remiss to leave out jazz from our instrumental listening party, especially since it inspires so much of the rock music that we listen to. I mean, Radiohead is a great example. Obviously, I can't really break that one down. There's a lot going on, so many sections, so many key changes and things. Yeah. With the level of detail I hit things, I'd probably never be able to get through a jazz song in less than 3 hours. But that was cool. Did that cross the line for many of you, though? Did that feel too vocal? Do we need to crack down on that? I mean, I'm okay with it, but your comfort means a lot to me. So if like just oohs and ahs is all you can handle, say the word. Yes. You'd watch 3 hours of me trying to break down a jazz song. Wow. Breath sounds don't count. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like sometimes the vocal layers are just that. They're instrumental layers, even though they're being made by a voice. I think it's different when, no consonants. Right. So even though, yeah, exactly. That was just sort of, but something like even Dead Can Dance, where maybe she's singing in a made up language, still wouldn't fly. That's, even though we don't know what she's saying, it doesn't matter. It's a song at that point. Yeah. Cool. Well, that was beautiful. It had such an incredible ebb and flow to it and kept things super interesting the whole time. All right. While I search for our next selection, I'm going to give us a little interlude. This is a track that comes off of a 10 years rock song. And the reason I want to play it, well, it's an instrumental. I love it. Third of all, it's been unceremoniously deleted from the tracks on streaming. Had the artists themselves had no say in the matter. The record label did it. And they don't own those masters, and they're not with that record label anymore. So there's like nothing they can do. And the only way you can listen to the tracks is by having the CD or maybe one of the rare vinyls. And so I searched high and low to try to find this on YouTube. And thank God somebody did upload one of these. But yeah, they have a lot of these beautiful interludes kind of between songs that serve as the connective tissue. So I thought this would be a good example of how important I think those instrumentals are in an album. You know, I think a lot of us listen to music that has interludes, and I sometimes find myself loving the interludes more than anything else. You know, like I'll be like, oh my God, this is so incredible, you know? And so this one is just wonderful. And I'm really excited to, I don't know what it's called. Again, it's just the ending of a track. Maybe they have a name for it. I should find out if they have a name for it. The band does. Okay. And of course it's muted again. Okay, try again. This has an EBow in it, which I love. I'll put the link down here. This is like the only way you can listen to it. I can't handle it. Something like that. How pretty is that? Oh, and then the EBow. Okay. Anyway, yeah. If you like A Perfect Circle, you absolutely must go listen. I command you. This is your homework. If you like A Perfect Circle, you must go listen to this album called The Autumn Effect by 10 Years. Trust me. Trust me. And then if you happen to be on the Midwest, Southeast, and East part of the U.S., you should go see them live. They're playing for the next couple of weeks, I think, and they're performing that album in full. It's so awesome. Okay. Why do I know 10 Years? Well, they had this big hit, which I can't really play because we're in an instrumental-only stream right now. But it goes, I will not... Okay, I won't say the lyrics. Okay. That's wrong. It's probably in Jesus. Okay. It was Wasteland, and it was on the radio a lot in 2005. Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I've picked our next one, which is Queens of the Stone Age, Spiders and Vinegaroons. I don't think I've ever heard this, so that'll be fun. Yes. This is incredibly cool. Wow. Okay, what's the drum processing on this? How do I do that? Is it a gate? concert. Oh my God. Well, that was super weird and super cool. I enjoyed this very much. I kind of can't remember how the first part started or sounded now. It's been overwritten by the Vinegaroons, but I remember liking it also. Everything was a little bit squirrely and kind of chromatic and kind of psychedelic and we're going to hear some instrumental music that actually has like sort of a semblance of a song structure, like verses and choruses type feeling. And then we're going to, although I don't think we have yet, actually, maybe we will. But a lot of instrumentals also just kind of follow their own path. They, maybe a theme is introduced and it's sort of iterated on and it's sort of evolves. Or you start somewhere and go somewhere new, and then you go somewhere new after that and somewhere new after that. And you kind of maybe never even end up back where you began, or maybe you do. Other ones are just a big crescendo, sort of just like starts here, just more, just adding on to it, getting louder, bigger. In the case of Boards of Canada, it can sometimes be a decrescendo, right? Some of the stuff from the Campfire Head phase that would get quiet and then just be quiet for like 3 minutes. So that was a first. But this was like two ideas, different tempos stuck together. And the way they're related, we may not understand, but it doesn't matter because we're all like, we love Josh. That's cool. Okay, another idea for a live stream: songs where drums are the focal point. Oh yeah, that will be a very subjective thing, though. I assume. I mean, I want to do a live stream where it's sort of like good, excellent, amazing drums. Like I would put Digital Bath. I'd be like, Digital Bath. You first hear the, and you're like, by the way, some of the guys from 10 Years did a cover of Digital Bath, and it's super good. Like, wow. Okay. Anyway, it's on, I think it's on their Instagram. I'm not sure where else it is, but I'll find it. Okay. All right. I was supposed to be looking for our next one. My bad. Okay, great. Let's do 3D Melody requested Bellbury Polly, The Willows. This is chromatic. Okay. There's some pretty chords. wonder what the significance of that is. The book ended. I guess where you start someplace, you go somewhere. It's not a huge. It's even though the first part and the last part are the same and they're atonal sounding, it's still the same timing. It's they feel very reminiscent of each other. But you go into this really beautiful, dreamy space for a while, and then you come back to the really kind of bizarre, springy, boingy ball area at the end. So pretty and so dreamy chords. Very pretty and interesting. And 12/8. A lot of textures in that one too. Cool. Good one. All right. Next, we'll do Clore's Request. Tori Amos, Over It, from the piano suite on the God single, made up of All the Girls Hate Her and Over It. I don't understand this sentence whatsoever. However, I will just copy and paste these words into Google. Okay, I found it. Ooh, yeah. I've said this before. I'll say it again. One of her gifts is rhythm. I mean, she's just so rhythmically in tune. When you watch her play, it's no wonder. I mean, her body is so involved. It doesn't feel like a cerebral activity. She's just, the way she's creating all of that rhythmic, it's not necessarily complexity, although it is complex, but it's like she's creating the groove. She's punctuating all the quicker pulses in what she's playing and weaving this tapestry so that you don't need anything else. She gives you the whole groove. Not to say that there's not sometimes space in what she writes, but a lot of what she writes is very dense rhythmically, because she's decorating time, right? I said that. And then when she goes down here, it's amazing. Does her thing. This had a flat 6, of course. That was the chord progression. But see, Tori doesn't just go like, here's some gold. Sorry, here's some gold. What am I doing wrong here? Some gold. She's like, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. And then she did a bunch of stuff I did not expect at all, of course. Just like changing scales, doing that little octave thing, and the way she came down from there. And oh man, it's so cool. I love her. Cool. I'm glad it was easy to find, even though the way Clorzu described it, I was like, what? Okay. All right, now for another pretty friggin' talented woman, Annika Nils. Fufu. Annika was just brought on board to tour with Rush. And so you're probably going like, okay, can she cut it? And oh, yes, she can. She's perfect for this. Okay. Fufu. Here we go. Those are some crunchy chords. Oh my God, is that a slide? The same quality of chord, just moving around, but I can't tell what it is. It's suspension? No, it's crunchier than that. I'm going to have to do my stretch break. I'm gonna do it over here. Jesus. That was crazy. Whatever that genre is, I have trouble with that one, but I can definitely appreciate the talent. And it's certainly keeps your attention. I mean, it's, you know, it's quite dynamic and lots of switch ups. Very creative. But yeah, I think she's going to be perfect. All right. Next, let's do like I'm spinning a wheel. Okay, you probably got that. Breeze in Monochrome Night by Akira Yamaoka. Great jazzy trip hop track. All right, Kevin, you got it. That is beautiful.
There is another reason to...
No vocals. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the part where the piano starts doing those little arpeggios. Diddle 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 diddle. Those sound like threes. Oh yeah, it's kind of that. Yeah, it's in 3. Slow. I mean, it's in 4, but it's also in 3. The subdivisions, the quick subdivisions are in 3. It's such a beautiful rolling sound, isn't it? Loved the vibe. People are asking about TV, game score. Oh, right, games. So I've done some live streams and some videos with your requests for scores. I can't remember now. I guess it was TV and film for one video, and then I did a live stream. I can't remember if there was any restrictions for like where it came from. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to do a game one specifically. And then we have done a Quake listening party. It was a long time ago. It was like 4 years ago. It's on my Patreon somewhere. I have no idea if it's good. I assume it was still good, but I think so many things have changed. I just don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, if you go on my Patreon and type in Quake, you should see it. A lot of those I've made public after the fact, but if it's not public, then I guess you can join my Patreon. And then you can quit. Okay. That's beautiful. All right. Me Morp had an interesting request. It was Charles Mingus Solo Dancer. Would especially appreciate it if you would, I can't think, if you could analyze the first harmony and why it sounds so tragic. Oh, I would love to. Yes. Smart jazz? Uh-oh. Okay, I'll do my best. Okay, I think it's a flat 6 to a 1 and a lot of ninths, I think. There's a lot of notes in those chords. It feels as if... There's only a flat 6 note in there, at least. That's my best guess. Minor key, flat 6 makes everything intense. Ninths against minor chords, which is where you end up, makes things very tragic sounding, I believe, because the ninth is right. It's a half step away from the minor gooey heart of the chord, and so there's this like dissonance and a sort of a highlighting of that minor sound. The ninth wants to fall down and become the minor third, so it's like just a little, I don't know, it's like da, da, da. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyway, okay, but we should listen to more of it. That's very chromatic though. Super dissonant now. What? God. Oh, you're talking about the timing? I think it's in 3/4. It's weird. Okay, this is in minor. B flat. I love how it ends. It's like, it wasn't anything. It's just like, and you're like, what have you just done to me? Okay, that was jazz. That's my analysis. Okay. Next we're gonna do Hania Rani. Is that how you say her name? Buka. Okay, so some of you are wondering what those clicks are. I think she's just she's playing a piano that has really loud action, and she's incorporated it into the music. You know, either it's brought out by the mic or she's mic'd it specifically so that it really brings out the clicking. You know, maybe it's really close to the action itself. And I think there's whenever I buy a virtual instrument that is like a felt piano, there's always the clicks. I think they call them the hammers, right? It's the action of the hammers. So you can turn those up or down depending on your predilections. But yeah, it adds so much. It makes it feel like a clock a little bit, but it also provides another texture to the rhythmic propulsion of what she's made. I do think there was, I would say, I know there's delay being used, and delay is the fancy word for echo, essentially, in music production. So she has a timed delay and is playing, you know, she could be playing to a click, or she may be simply playing to the delay. You can totally do that. You can play a note, have the delay, the timing of the delay, and then you can play so that you continue to play into the timing of the delay, if that makes sense. So the delay becomes your metronome, essentially. So that, and I don't know what exactly that delay is that she had set. In fact, she could have multiple delays. She could have something that's coming an eighth note next after, and then she could have another one that's, 3/16 notes after, or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, she apparently did this on KEXP, so we can watch that on our own time and see how she actually did it, which would be really cool. But it was absolutely beautiful. It was Dorian. This is the like bittersweet side of Dorian, right? We heard the Miles Davis side of Dorian, which is more chilled out and like, but this is cool. This is like just so magical and yeah, it just kind of pulls at you a little bit. It's not tragic. Minor is tragic. It's sweet, but it's a little bitter. Yeah. Gorgeous. Loved it. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. So delay, yeah, you can do tons with it. Like The Edge from U2. He used delay constantly. He's actually playing isn't necessarily always right. He might be playing something slower, and the delay he's creating an interlocking pattern with his delay. This sounds amazing. I love delay. Okay. Next we're going to do Metamatic's Giant Sunflowers. Sorry, Giant Sunflowers Swaying in the Wind. Wow, this one's mastered loud. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Moody chords. feel we understand what this beautiful song is, and I have a few others I'd like to play before we have to close. But yes, this was presented as a good option for people who like Boards of Canada, and I can definitely see why. Very splunky beat, absolutely gorgeous, kind of melancholic chords, and little sort of bell melody, a bellady, if you will. Really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, we're gonna play Citrus by Clark. It's just like a little like doom 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 doom, and then you get like a doom doom doom, all these little syncopated little ditties. So beautiful. So it really adds so much texture in a way to the, even though it's just a rhythm. But that felt kind of like a felt piano, a little bit. I have a dream. Of I might have to do like a fundraiser for it, but moving my mom's piano. She's an acoustic piano, to wherever I end up living next, and, tuning it, and it needs some work. I think just some things. It just hasn't had maintenance in a long time. But yeah, turning it into like a felt piano, maybe putting other things in there, prepare a prepared piano, and just, anyway, that was stunning. I loved it. You'll donate? Okay, cool. Yeah. Actually, my next live stream, I think I'm gonna have to sort of couch it, funny term, as a fundraiser for a better chair situation. I need to do a little more research, but yeah, as you get older, the ergonomics become very important. And instead of just buying more of what I have now, which is starting to deteriorate, I was like, maybe I should just get a chair that actually is just one piece. These are like things I added, and they're just starting to like crack and spread, and that's gross. But anyway, that's what happened. What happened. And It's not gonna be cheap to get a nice chair. So, oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know I have support for a felt piano when the time comes. Hopefully next year. That's my hope. All right, we're gonna listen to Apollonia by Babe Rainbow next. Oh my gosh, I love this piece of music so much. It sounds so folky. Like the way they process the guitar is very folky. Like not a lot of high end, not a lot of low end. Very, very mid range. Makes it sound like it was, recorded. It's kind of lo-fi, basically. But then everything around it isn't. It's such a beautiful contrast. But so many swoops and turns and sparkles and harmonics and just gorgeousness around every corner. I loved that. That's my favorite one so far. Well, actually, the 10 years one I played is my favorite because, of course, I've been in love with it for 20 years. But okay. And the last one is Lavender Haze by Viljarta. Yeah. That was amazing. If you take out the drums and the djent, right? It's like the most relaxing thing ever. It's so gorgeous and dreamy. And then you have, but it's like incredibly slow, which gives you all the space to do all the cool things ever. Okay, that one actually was way top for me of this whole stream. Interestingly, pattern I'm noticing the shorter instrumentals, I liked those the most. Maybe it's because it says, oh, I don't know why. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Well, it's so good to know that when we take things to the next level over here and we get a cat cam, there will be a lot of support. I used to watch a puppy cam when I was working in the corporate world, and I was, had no joy in that cubicle. I had 2 screens, and one of them had a puppy cam open for weeks, until they finally weren't puppies anymore, really. It must have been more than weeks. It must have been months. And they were Shiba Inu puppies, which, oh my God. So cute. Anyway, the only problem with kitty cam is that those of you that have cats know they don't stay in the same place. They like to wander, but I can slowly add more and more cameras, right? Just it'll be like a grid of like a security camera grid, right? And you can see, oh, they're over there now. It would be extraordinarily cute when it's cold out because they get really snuggly and they groom each other a lot and cuddle, and it's super cute. Their true feelings for each other are revealed when it's hot, though, which is sort of a sibling relationship. Sometimes they play and love on each other, and sometimes they're driving each other crazy. Mostly Pax, because Milo has like space issues when it's hot. She just doesn't want him on her or next to her. She'll be looking out the window and he'll jump up next to her and she goes and runs away. Or if he tries to climb in bed with her and it's too small, she's like, yeah. Anyway, or he decides that it's time for him to dominate and he'll chase her and pin her down, and she's a lot smaller than him now. So then she makes a really, really awful noise. I've learned to let go and know that he's not actually hurting her. She's just really mad. And if it goes on too long, though, I do kind of move him off of her because, it's kind of rapey looking. She's not having fun. But if she goes up to him and initiates play, it's very cute. She doesn't really seem to know how to do it. She'll sort of just go up to him and she'll just sort of like, and like try to nip at his hind leg, which to him is like whatever. So he'll just kind of stare at her. Then she'll be like, he's just like, okay. And then she'll keep doing it. And finally he'll be like, she's having a great time though. She's like, oh my God, I'm going to get him. And he's just like, okay, this is boring. He needs more, he needs a more of a challenge, more of an adventure. And she's just, I don't know. I don't know. Got both of them when they were 5 months old. They're not the same age, but when I got them each, they were 5 months old. And I just don't know how well socialized they were before this, and I don't know. It just seems like Milo didn't really learn how to play, and I think Pax was okay. I don't know why I'm going on and on about my cats now. I have to go. I'm sorry, but yes, kitty cam would be really fun. I think would be great. I feel like that's a safe way to exploit my cats, because it won't change their lives whatsoever, but it'll make your lives better. So, yeah. All right. Thank you again for your always wonderful requests. I can't wait to do more instrumental streams. I think we'll probably narrow down by genre ish, umbrella genres in the future. And once October's over, the Sunday slot will be open for these kinds of streams instead of the year streams. And I know more people can usually come for those too, so that'll be fun. But yes. Okay, cool. All right. Well, our next stream is on Sunday. Speak of the Devil, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, and it'll be 2023, I believe. So, yeah, we're closing in on things. And then the next week after that will be 2024, and then that's the end of the years. We're not going to do 2025 until 2025 is over. More good music is being made right now. So, wonderful. If I didn't get to your request, just know that I appreciate you donating to my channel and to these little creatures. So thank you. This is definitely a part of my income as an independent whatever I am, trying to cobble together something. So it's all good. Thank you very much. And I will look forward to seeing some of you on Sunday. Okay, I'm just going to end the stream because my little end the stream graphic is corrupted. I will have to make a new one. Bye.